Welcome back to another episode of Hot Takes, Hotter Mistakes. I'm your host, Mateo El Tapatio. So, have you ever found yourself in a situation where you were the center of attention and you didn't want to be, but it was your own damn fault because you didn't say something in the beginning? And I'm talking about people excited, bones out, the whole 9 yards. All right? Story time. But first, a word from our sponsor. Is your freak not freaking? You want to be smoother than a fish without fins? Look no further than Big D's Baby Oil. If you order 12 gallons today, you get your second gallon free. All right, back to our story. Now, it was a beautiful Texas day on the beach, and some friends, we decided to go surf fishing. Now, if you've ever surf fished, you know your worst enemy is the seaweed. I'm talking that stuff will come along, wrap around your line quicker than a bunch of tweakers around a roll of copper wire. All right. And this particular day, there was a lot of wind. So, as expected, we're sitting there and I see my little poles start bending down like this. And if you've ever got seaweed on your line, you know that as soon as you start seeing it bend like this, you're done. Might as well reel it in, because you ain't going to catch nothing, because you've got a big old wad of sea salad on the end of your line. So I'm sitting there looking at it, and it's going a little further and a little further, and I'm like, well, I might as well get up, just go over and give it a few yanks, try to get it off, and if not, I'll just reel it in and start over. Well, get over there, start reeling it in, and sure enough, it felt like I had a diabetic mermaid on the end of my line. As I'm reeling it, I keep pulling and pulling, and I look over and I see two guys walking up. And at first I don't think anything about it because, you know, I'm on the beach and there's a lot of people walking. But they stopped right behind me. And I'm just sitting there holding my pole and I'm like, hey, how are you? I didn't really say that. At first I was like, who the hell are these guys? Anyway, about that time they were like, you got a shark, you got a shark. I'm like, what? They're like, you got a big fish. And I was like, no, guys, I don't have a big fish. It's just seaweed. We found out later these two guys were visiting from India, and it was their last day in the U.S. So they wanted to come down and walk down the beach and just check things out. So they were super excited. They thought I had a fish. And who was I to ruin a good time, right? So I'm like, what do? I just keep reeling? So I keep pulling on, just to give them a little bit of excitement. But the whole time I'm pulling on, I'm like, it's seaweed. It's seaweed. And they're like, no, it's a big fish. It's a big fish. I bet it's a shark. And I'm sitting here thinking, God, I'm going to disappoint these fellas. Well, about that time, I hear, and I look behind me, and now there's cars stopped behind me. And people, they're like, oh, I wonder what he's got. I wonder if he's got a shark. No. People, I have seaweed, all right? Sea ramen. That's what I have on my line. So they're just sitting there watching me. My two new buddies are watching me. And I'm just like, for 5 minutes, I'm just like, this is going to be the biggest disappointment of their lives, right? So as you pull your line in and it gets closer to the beach or, to the bank, the shore, when it gets shallow, you'll be able to see that big wad of seaweed. So I'm waiting for it. And sure enough, here it comes. This huge wad just coming through the water. No fins flapping. No, great white fin coming out of the water for everyone to get excited about. Just a huge blob of seaweed. So as soon as you can see it, the cars, they're like, they pull off. You don't even wave. Don't even say, how are you? It's Texas. What's wrong with y'all? But my two buddies, they're still excited as hell, just grinning ear from ear. And I'm like, damn. All right. So I pull my line out of the water and I shake the seaweed off and I kind of sitting there talking to him and I'm like, sorry guys, it was just seaweed, sorry for the disappointment. And they were like, no, can we take a picture with you? And I'm like, normally, you catch a big fish, people want to take a picture with you. I've never had anyone want to take a picture of me when I had an empty hook. But these two fellas, they were happy, right? And so guess what? We took a picture. Here it is. Believe it or not, I would love to see the other end of that photo because I'm just sitting there holding an empty hook with the sinker on the bottom of it. So somewhere, either on the internet or maybe in India, there's a photo of me floating around, Captain Seaweed with nothing on his hook. It's probably a joke, but anyway. But the cool part of this story is they headed on down the beach, and there was a guy that came with us that had never fished before, right? He'd never even freshwater fished, never fished at all. And so he was like, guys, y'all mind if I come down and go fishing with y'all? And we're like, sure. You got to bring your fishing, get your fishing license, all that stuff. So he'd showed up, and, you know, along the same time that the other guys did, that the guys, you know, came walking down. And as they walked off, he's like, hey, Mateo, can you help me out? Can you help me fish? And I was like, well, I can put a bait on. I've got an extra surf rod. I can put a bait on for you. I can wade out there neck deep, throw it out there for you, so you know you don't get no jellyfish on you or get bit by a shark or whatever. But I mean, if it's your first time, you don't really want to wade out in the surf. It can be a little scary, especially those sea cucumbers if they get a hold of you. But yeah, threw it out for him, and I said, look, I'm going to put it in the rod holder, and if you get a bite, you're going to go over, you're going to grab the pole, set the hook, okay? I knew damn well he wasn't going to catch anything, because if anyone that fishes knows, the fishing guides don't allow you to catch a fish on your first trip or when you get a new rod. But for some reason today was different, because as soon as we sat down, I didn't even get time to crack open the code one, and bam, 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 the rod just takes off. And I'm like, go get it. What are you doing? Go get it. And he's like, what do I do? What do I do? And I was like, go set the hook, reel it in. I'm not doing it for you. That doesn't count if I catch your fish. So he runs over there. And if you've ever fished with the spinning reel, you know the reel goes on the bottom, right? Big caster's on top, spinning reel's on the bottom. But if somebody's never fished, they don't know that. So immediately you'll see it every time they grab it, and the reel's on top, and you can't reel it like that. It just don't work. It's designed to go on the bottom. So he had it up. It's going like this. The other rule is when someone does that, you have to make fun of them. Everyone in the group has to make fun of him, and that's what we did. We laughed, you know, as the pole's going crazy and he's not knowing what to do. So finally we're all like, flip it over, flip it over. So he flips it over and starts reeling in. And he fights it for a good probably 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And when it comes in, it is a 29-inch redfish, which is amazing, right? And the thing is, in Texas, is if you can only keep one redfish over, I think it's 28 inches. I never keep up with my rules. I think it's 28 inches. And if it's bigger than that and you want to keep it, you get one little red tag on your fishing license. So you only get one a year. He just got his fishing license 15 minutes ago and gets to use a red tag. I don't even know the last time I got to use a red tag. Maybe that says how good of a fisherman I am, I guess. I don't know, but I think it's kind of shitty. But anyway, he catches the fish, lands it, tags it, and he's like, well, I want to keep it, so let's put it in an ice chest. So we put it in an ice chest. Well, right around that time, our two friends from India come walking back by. And we're like, hey, guys, guess what? Come check out this big fish we caught. And they were like, really? So they come over, they look in the ice chest, they see it, and they're like blown away. They're like, oh my God, that's such a huge fish. That's such a huge fish. And we're like, all right, give us your phones. Y'all are going to hold this fish up. We're taking a picture with your phones so that you can take it back with you. And they did. And I mean, they were super excited. And I'm really glad they got to go home with an actual fishing picture, not just some dude holding up a hook with a sinker. But, you know, but it's interesting, though, because you really never know what somebody's opinion of you is. Here I am thinking these two guys thought I was an idiot for reeling in a big wad of sea moss. And no, they thought I was cool. They thought I was pretty awesome. At least that's the story I'm leaving with in my head. But yeah, you never know about opinions. Speaking of opinions, I think it's about time that we all remind ourselves that opinions are like a-holes. Every single person has one, right? Now you might be saying, well, Mateo, but my a-hole's special. My a-hole is amazing. No. Let me tell you something. There's over 8.5 billion people on this planet. It's a lot of a-holes, okay? Your a-hole ain't special. My a-hole ain't special. Okay? You can share your a-hole for the world, but that doesn't mean they're going to like it. And if they don't like your a-hole, you shouldn't get upset about it. You know? Don't be hating on people because they don't like your a-hole. And don't be hating on people because you don't like their a-hole. Right? But the worst, the absolute worst, is the celebrity a-holes. Because, we hold them a-holes up like they're golden. Right? Look at that celebrity a-hole. That a-hole ain't no specialer than my a-hole or your a-hole. Because guess what? Every a-hole stinks every now and again. So just remember that the next time you get upset because somebody got offended by your a-hole or you got offended by their a-hole. Because we're all a-holes. That's it. Good night. Subscribe, like if you want to. We'll see you later.